age 40, bachelor, 12 years in uniform on the beat, 7 years homicide division, present rank detective first class. Request transfer to arson squad. Open. Arson squad does.
It investigates fires, sir.
Good. Reasons for request. Personal. Would you explain that, Open?
It's private personal, Captain.
Open, you have 7 years experience in homicide. You're no Sherlock Holmes, but you seem to have the luck of the Irish. So, you've done a good job. We don't need anybody in arson, so why should I transfer you?
Please, Captain, it's a matter of life and death.
Explain.
Do I have to?
You want to transfer?
Captain, will you keep this confidential?
Of course.
Word of honor?
Word of honor.
Well then, Captain, it was like this. There's this house you see, 909 Sycamore. A house about 100 years old. But it's right straight across the apartment building from where I live. And it being nice weather, I decided to leave the window and shade up while shaving. Now, in this house, there are 6 old spinster ladies. Peeping Toms, that's what they were, Captain.
Elizabeth, what is he doing now?
He's in his undershirt. Can you see the strawberry mark on his shoulder? Clear as day. Oh, it's a beautiful strawberry mark. I want to see it for myself. He has such big muscles. Do you want to know what he's doing now?
What?
Calisthenics.
What kind?
With big dumbbells. He's swinging them up and down and out and back. Oh, I can just picture him. He's stopped for a minute now. He's inhaling. Oh, you should see his chest.
Don't torture us, Elizabeth.
I want to see it with my own eyes. Now he's squaring his shoulders. Oh, his shoulders, they're so broad.
Elizabeth.
Now he's flexing his biceps. They're swelling up and up and up.
Oh, stop it! I can't stand it anymore! Give me those binoculars.
They're my
We
binoculars.
should all have a turn.
It's my window because it's my house.
Oh, it's my turn.
Never mind now. He's finished with his exercises and he's disappeared. It was a grand sight. If we could just afford more powerful binoculars. I'd like to really see him.
We sat on the porch and watched him go in and out.
But I mean really see him. Up close. So would I. Why? We don't even know what color his eyes are.
If you don't know, nobody knows. You're the one with the binoculars most of the time.
I'd like to hear his voice too. Well, how can we actually see him unless we actually go across the street and
And what, Nettie?
couldn't we pay him a neighborly visit?
Nettie, nice ladies don't go visiting gentlemen.
Well, let's invite him to tea.
That would be improper. Why would we do that when we hadn't been introduced?
Well, we'll have to make him come over and visit us. We'll just have to arrange it somehow.
How? If he was a plumber, we could stop up the sink.
If he was an electrician, we could blow a fuse.
But he's not a plumber or an electrician. He's a detective in homicide.
Well, how can we arrange for a detective in homicide to come to this house?
That's simple. All we need is a body.
A body?
A dead body, that is.
Well, where on earth are we going to find a dead body?
I wasn't there, Captain, but that's how I've reconstructed how it happened. You can see, can't you, it was no fault of mine except for leaving the shade up.
Are you trying to tell me that it was just for the sake of your charming company? But
I'm not being boast, Captain. I believed it myself. But the poor dears were so desperately lonesome. Spinsters, every one, and getting a little old and touched in the head.
I think I still have your report on this case. I can't seem to find it now. I'll have to refresh my memory. What happened?
It wasn't long before there was a dead body, sure enough. But by the time they called homicide and Kramer and I got there, well, the scene of the crime looked like, well, nothing like I ever saw before.
Isn't she pretty?
I must say, it was very generous of y'all to give her your best things to wear.
She deserves it. She gave us a chance to meet Mr. Oakman.
Yes, that's why I gave her my precious pearls.
Is
in my head becoming dirt.
Do you think they'll bury her in my feather robe? I suppose so. All those pretty things gone to waste? No, sorry. Forgive and forget. I'll just give her a whiff of my perfume she was always trying to steal. It must be here. I'm going to swoon.
Don't you dare! Everybody, behave yourselves. Get in line and remember the rule. No one touch the stuff at the scene of the crime.
But we touched the body.
We had to. Elizabeth left some poison in her Morris old house dress.
Is somebody going to get the door?
I will. I thought Mr. O'Finn was coming.
My name's Kramer. Oven's parked in the car.
And that, Captain, was when I walked into the trap. Well, what have we here?
Mr. O'Finn.
That's myself. Is this the house where the lady died?
It is.
Where's the body?
Isn't he masterful? I'm Hildegard. I'm the one who called. This is my house.
How do you do?
Pretty well. Oh, you poor boy. Have you been eating the rat things? What is it now with you bachelors?
Bachelor.
Oh, you're not married, are you?
Well, no.
Good, then you're unattached.
Now look, lady, you're not supposed to be asking questions here. I am. Where's the body?
You must need my orders. This is a nagging order.
Oh, Mr. Oakley, you have such a strong grip.
I'm sorry, did I hurt you?
Oh no, I felt like I was just one of your thumbnails.
Nay!
What's this?
I'm a magnanimity. Oh, Mr. O'Finn, you're so strong. Squish a little harder.
What?
I would have died a little bruise.
Honest, lady, I didn't mean to.
That's the way with you, human. You don't know your own strength. I'm Lucy Love. Mr. O'Finn, you remind me of my Herbert.
Who?
A beau of mine, but instead now.
I'm sorry to hear that.
Oh, that's all right. I'm out of mourning now. Besides, he wasn't nearly as handsome as you are. Oh, Mr. O'Finn, you sure are handsome.
Oh, Lucy, you're a bold pussy. I'm ready for your card.
What's the matter?
I feel like swooning.
Will somebody get her a glass of water or something?
Would you catch me if I swoon?
Yeah, I guess so.
In your strong, muscular arms?
Hurry! Show Elizabeth.
Mr. Oakley, this is Elizabeth Ellsworth.
Is she dead?
We wouldn't have given her all our nice things if she was alive now, would we?
She's dead, all right. Kramer, call the meat wagon. Probably heart attack or something. Ladies, I'm afraid we made a mistake in calling homicide, you see. Every time someone just keeled over dead, we're not supposed to come and look at the body. It's only if the death has occurred under suspicious circumstances. Natural death isn't in our line. Let's go, Kramer.
That wasn't a natural death.
She was poisoned.
Murdered.
What? Who said she was murdered?
We all do.
What makes you think so?
Elizabeth was as strong and as healthy as a She didn't just keel over. Have the doctor do it. Let's not even an autopsy. Oh, that's right, an autopsy. And then you'll see.
What makes you so sure? Who did it? Did you all do it together?
I didn't either.
Oh, Mr. O'Finn, you're supposed to find that out. You're the detective here.
Now wait a minute. You're sure there was murder? Well then let's pretend there was one. You all didn't do it together, but you all know which one of you did?
Oh, no, we don't know.
It's a mystery.
The one who did it knows, of course.
Of course, she knows, but nobody else.
Are you playing a game or what?
Well, one thing's for sure. This is a dead body.
Maybe then we better get the facts just in case.
You're the boss.
All right, now I'm going to ask a few questions.
We're going to get the third degree.
We'll just start with the body. You didn't find it here decked out like this.
We had to dress Elizabeth up for the occasion.
Occasion? What occasion?
Gentleman colors.
Oh, yeah, sure.
We couldn't leave Elizabeth sprawled on the floor in her worst old house dress.
If there's been a murder, nothing should be touched at the scene of the crime.
Isn't he beautiful when he's mad?
I told you we didn't do it right. We didn't touch everything. Those are the dishes that Hildegard dropped away and she discovered the body.
You discovered the body?
Yes, I was bringing in the tea things. I found Elizabeth on the floor.
And you were so surprised you dropped the dishes.
And then she screams. We heard her upstairs. And we kind of knew it then.
Now there was a murder, was there? And one of you in this room committed that murder.
Who else?
Now look, the thing to look for in any murder is motive. Now who would want to murder this poor lady here?
Well, somebody had to be murdered, and I'm glad it was Elizabeth.
So, and what did you have against Elizabeth?
She was selfish with the binoculars.
Binoculars. What's this about binoculars?
Shame on you, Nettie.
I'm sorry. Hey, open. Maybe that's what they're talking about.
Well, here they are, but what do you mean?
Oh, don't make us tell you that, dear Mr. O'Finn.
Kramer, what do you think?
Well, you listen through. Long distance specs like that are for looking at things outdoors.
The only thing I can see from here is my apartment building. I can even see my own windows.
Girls, come help me in the kitchen. It's time for tea.
Open. I think you need a beer introduction. I think you need, don't you?
What are you talking about?
Oh, thank you for that. My mother says that one of my You're supposed to be a detective. Now, here are these four old dames, and nothing to do all day, but they're around. So what are the kids of their sailors classes? And they use them to look through and mind everybody else's business because they got no business of their own. So they see something across the street, and what do they see across the street? A window. And what? And what's inside the window? A man. What if I was a man could other than an Irish pub?
Shut up!
But how can these old ladies lure you across the street? You, a detective in homicide?
It's a dirty lie.
You're the motive for this murder.
You can't prove that.
Well, you want proof? Well, here it comes.
We're having a party, Mr. O'Finn.
We opened your fresh package of tea, Mr. O'Finn. I'm sure there's no rat poison in this.
I brought out my best tea things for you, Mr. O'Finn. But they're only 6 cups, so there isn't enough for Mr. Kramer.
I can take a hint. 6 is company, 7's a crowd. I think I'll help you on my way home. Ta-ta, darling. Don't drink too much tea. Strong stuff.
Kramer was right. They committed murder just to lure you to the house.
It seems like it, Captain.
Did you conduct an investigation?
I did, Captain. There's arsenic rat poisoning in the house. The dead woman had drunk it in her tea. She always sneaked down to the kitchen to steal an extra cup of tea in the afternoon. So somebody had just mixed the rat poison in the tea, and it was waiting for her.
Who was guilty?
Well, that wasn't easy to find out. They didn't try to help me much because they wanted to keep me hanging around. So I tried some trenching. I told them I had decided there hadn't been a murder after all, and that, well, I wasn't going back to the house anymore.
And how did that strategy work?
Miserable, Captain, miserable.
It's been a whole week now.
A whole week and not a glimpse of him going in and out of his apartment the way back and keeping his shades down. We ought to complain to the police. We don't want to get Mr. O'Finn in trouble. But Elizabeth really was murdered. And Mr. O'Finn ought to be here right here this minute investigating. We're just going to have to do what we talked about. You mean you have nothing murder? Well, Mr. O'Finn couldn't pretend that 2 ladies poisoned in the same house was just a coincidence. Oh no! Who shall it be? Nettie? She's the most convenient. Oh, poor Nettie. She's the only one of you I really like. Well, if you'd rather we use you, dear. No, that's okay. I don't want to miss the fun when Mr. O'Finn comes back. It'll be Nettie then. Okay, but promise me we get new boarders. I'd much rather poison a stranger anytime. Do we have any more poison? Mr. O'Finn took our old can of rat poisonous.
I bought a new one.
Fine. Go get it, Hildegard. And ladies, I have a plan. Let's all hide our eyes. And let's walk to the table one at a time. And whoever poisoned Elizabeth can put a spoonful of poison into Nettie's cup. Oh, goody. Then it shall be a mystery. Let's hurry before Nettie gets here. Who's first?
You first, Birdie.
Which one is Nettie's cup again?
Oh, the one with the nick on the rim. She always did that herself, and I can't afford buying new ones.
For pity's sake, Birdie, put the poison in the right cup. What a perfect chance for a double cross. Get it? Double cross?
That's slang among criminals. Of course, I couldn't even poison a rat.
Oh, don't play innocent. Are you finished?
I'm done. It's your turn, Lucy.
Oh, I don't need to go. You all know I couldn't use the poison. I couldn't hurt a fly. I've known all along it was you, Lucy. That's not so.
Stop teasing her, Amanda. Let's get this over with. Hurry up with it.
All right, if you insist. Listen to her old bones creak. Those aren't my bones, Amantha. It's the floor. I'd like to poison you. That's who I'd like to poison.
Lucy, let's save Amanda for some other time.
I don't think I'll be drinking tea in this house anymore.
I'll stay a little bit more.
Lucy, are you done yet? You've taken long enough to poison all of us.
I'm back to her face now, and I didn't use the poison. Fine, I'll go now.
Hurry up with it.
I feel just like Lucretia Borgia.
Do you think she's actually doing it?
Of course she is. She's bloodthirsty. She's the guilty one.
Remember, my dears, the guilty one is the one who brought Mr. O'Finn into our midst.
You're right, Hildegard. Thank you, guilty one, whoever you are.
I'm done. Your turn, Hildegard.
All right, I'm on my way. Once I'm finished, I'll hide it.
Good idea, Hildegard. We don't want to make Nettie suspicious.
All right, I'm finished. Now sit down and do try to act normal.
Good. I hear Nettie coming downstairs.
Oh, you started without me again. I hope you left the body some tea.
Another murder to lure you to the house?
That they did, Captain. And don't think I didn't take it to heart being the motive for murder like I was. Well, they put in a call for me, and Tim and I went back to the house. And, well, you might have known it, but there they were again, in the reception line, waiting for me.
About time you getting here, okay? You know by now it's our ready to Tuesday stuff.
Another one, eh?
That's right, Mr. Olsen. There's a murderer loose in this house. Please, a mask, please, protection.
Looks to me like the police in protection. But now, do you see, Open, what happens when you don't come by this house to drink tea every time? Something always seems to get into the tea.
Oh, you needn't mind me, Kramer. Well, this time, I'm not going to budge from this place till I find out who's guilty.
Oh, wonderful! Mr. Open is going to live with us.
Do you think it would be proper? Always had just leading orders.
It's up to you to say what's proper in this house.
Oh, please, Hildegard. There are 2 rooms vacant now.
Could see to it that he eats the right things. I mean, he would have to pay like anyone else. But he'd have to pay double because he eats twice as much.
Oh, Heather, you're so mercenary.
I'm a poor woman.
Homer, you're no nicer.
Well, if he has to pay double, he should have both rooms. And he can have his choice. One could be his gymnasium. And he can do his exercises there. And we can see a strawberry mark again.
Ladies, stop. Let's get down to business. Kramer, will you check to make sure we have a dead body?
Oh, she's dead, all right. We can guarantee that.
Well, thank you. All right, now, I want your attention. There will be no more tea parties. There's been another murder, and I want to know who did it.
Oh, we couldn't tell you. We don't know because we all in our lives.
Kramer, what kind of malarkey are they handing me now?
Well, it's simple, like you said. They're playing games, like hide and seek, and you're it, Paul. It's simple, like you said. Have you an imagination, man? One of them committed a murder while the rest hid their eyes. I mean, I know, it's not the usual way murders are committed.
They're too dangerous to run loose. I'm gonna call the Patty right here and lock them all up.
You can, you've got no evidence.
What evidence do I have?
Well, we still have Exhibit A from the first murder. A bunch of broken cups and saucers.
We saved all for you, Mr. Ofen. You see how cooperative we are?
Well, it's a good thing you did, otherwise I'd have had you all in the clink for destroying evidence.
Is it really evidence?
Of course it is.
A clue?
That's right.
What does it mean?
That's what I'd like to know, Finn. What does it mean?
Now don't try to get me off track, Kramer. It's just that, well, she dropped them in surprise, you see.
So what?
Now it's a fine thing. Here's a whole set of cups, dishes, and saucers broken. But you weren't short of dishes at all, Miss Hildegard. On the day of the first murder, the day I came in straight and drank tea with you ladies, you brought out another set.
Right. I brought out my best set.
Your best set. I see. So this is your best set here on the table now, I suppose.
Oh no, these are my second best. But I always bring out my best when you're here boarding with us, Mr. Ophir.
Because every day will be a special day, Mr. Ofen.
Hold everything. Now don't try and get me off track. Let's see. These here on the table are your second best, and your very best are still in the cupboard. So then these broken dishes here in the box must have been your third best. Aha!
Are you up to something, Ophir?
I may be, Kramer. I may be at that. Let's take a good look at these broken dishes. Kramer, do you notice anything funny about this junk?
How do you mean?
Kramer, you'll never be a detective. Look at this stuff. Don't you notice anything missing?
Do you mean there's some missing pieces?
Some very important missing pieces, my boy. There are no handles to any of these cups. Miss Birdie, I have a question for you two.
Yes, Mr. Ofen?
Miss Birdie, tell me something about this house. On days that are not special occasions, days when we're not having guests, do you regularly drink tea in cups without handles?
Oh no, Mr. Ofen, that wouldn't be ladylike.
Then why did it happen then? The day of the first murder, Miss Hildegard brought in cups without handles.
I don't know.
Well, I'll tell you all why. Miss Hildegard brought in cups without handles because she knew she was gonna find a dead body. And she knew she was gonna pretend to be surprised and drop her tray of dishes. Miss Hildegard Hodge, I arrest you for...
Was it really you, Hildegard?
It was really me!
Oh, that was clever. The clue with the cup handles. I would have never thought of that. Margaret Woods, Mr. Ofen, are you going to take Hildegard to jail?
Are you gonna take me in your car, Mr. Ophir? Does Mr. Kramer have to come along?
Oh, Hildegard, you're the lucky one. Now I wish I were guilty. If I just had the nerve, I'd give anything to ride with Mr. Ofen in his car.
Let me out of here! That's how it was, Captain.
When you got your murderer, why did you have to resign from homicide?
I'm not bragging, but it was a neat bit of deduction if I do say so. But the thing is now, I've solved the murder, and we won't be going back to that house anymore. Remember the last time I started to ignore them? You see, these ladies were so jealous of Miss Hildegard, don't you see? Well, as I said before, it's a matter of life and death.
Yes, I see.
Well, thing is, just to be safe, I already told you to approve the transfer, Captain. Girls, I said, if there's any more murders here, you'll have only the attention of Mr. Kramer. And I won't be going back to that house.
Hey, Ophir, are you an arson yet?
I don't know. What about it, Captain? Am I an arson?
You're an arson, Open. Transfer is approved.
Well, I just want to be sure, because I heard through the show waiting. Big fire, old house, right across the street of your apartment.